Hey there everyone, thanks for joining me today as we dive into one of the most fascinating weather phenomena on the planet. I'm Al Roker and I'm here to break down La Niña, what it is, how it forms, and why it matters for our winter weather. Whether you're a weather buff or just want to know if you'll need that snow shovel, you're in the right place. So, what exactly is La Niña? It's a natural climate pattern that begins in the vast Pacific Ocean. Here's how it works. Powerful trade winds blow from east to west, pushing warm surface water away from the coast of South America. As that warm water moves, it allows much cooler water from deep below to rise up to the surface, creating a large area of chilly ocean right along the equator. This cooling of the ocean doesn't just stay put, it actually changes the atmosphere above it. The air patterns shift, and that has a huge effect on the jet stream, which is like a high-speed river of air way up in the sky. The jet stream is what guides storms and weather systems across North America, so when it moves, our weather changes too. During La Niña, the jet stream tends to shift farther north than usual. This creates a dramatic split across the United States, dividing the country into two very different weather zones. It's almost like Mother Nature draws a line right across the map. In the northern part of the country, this means colder temperatures and wetter conditions. You'll see more rain, more snow, and more chances for those classic winter storms. Meanwhile, the southern states experience the opposite, warmer and drier weather, with fewer rainy days and a lot more sunshine. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, the Northern Rockies, or around the Great Lakes, get ready for more frequent cold snaps and heavier snowfall. These areas are especially prone to La Niña's wintry punch, so snow boots and shovels will definitely come in handy. On the flip side, folks in the southern U.S., think Texas, the Gulf Coast and Florida, often see fewer storms and much less rain. This can lead to drier soils and even drought conditions, which can impact everything from farming to water supplies. So, La Niña really creates a tale of two winters, one that's cold and snowy up north, and another that's mild and dry down south. It's a striking contrast that you can see just by looking at the weather maps each week. All of these changes start with a simple shift in Pacific Ocean temperatures. It's amazing how something happening thousands of miles away can shape the weather right outside your window, whether you're bracing for a blizzard or soaking up the sun. That's the big picture behind the forecast you'll be hearing about all season long. Meteorologists keep a close eye on La Niña because it helps them predict what kind of winter we'll have, from snow days to sunny getaways. So, keep watching your local forecast and checking your weather apps. La Niña's story is still unfolding, and you'll want to stay tuned to see how it plays out in your area. Because when it comes to weather, there's always something new around the corner. Let's check the map, because this winter, the northern United States is about to step into a true winter wonderland. The forecast is shaping up to deliver a season that's colder, snowier, and more memorable than we've seen in years. So, who's in for a classic winter? If you love snowball fights, sledding, and the magic of waking up to a world blanketed in white, you're in luck. Folks living in the northern tier, think Washington, Oregon, Montana, Minnesota, and the Great Lakes, are right in the heart of the action. These regions are set to experience the full force of winter's charm, with landscapes transforming into postcard-perfect scenes. Get ready for colder-than-average temperatures. You'll want to dig out those heavy coats, scarves, and hats because the chill is coming and it's here to stay for a while. The jet stream is shifting northward, opening the door for blasts of cold Canadian air to sweep down across the region. This means not just a few cold snaps, but a steady pattern of wintry weather and frequent storms. Expect above-average precipitation, rain in the lowlands, and heavy powdery snow piling up in the mountains. Skiers and snowboarders, this could be your dream season. The Great Lakes region, in particular, is in for a wild ride. Lake-effect snow could be intense, with cities like Buffalo and Cleveland bracing for several big snow events. If you live nearby, keep those snow shovels handy. For families, this means a better shot at a white Christmas. Imagine the joy of kids waking up to fresh snow on the holidays, and the excitement of unexpected snow days off from school. Adults, it's time to prep the furnace, check your insulation, and make sure your winter gear is ready. Stock up on firewood, salt for the driveway, and maybe even treat yourself to a new pair of cozy boots. Of course, winter brings its challenges, slick commutes, shoveling driveways, and the occasional power outage, but it also brings the beauty of snow-covered trees, the thrill of ice skating, and the simple pleasure of hot cocoa after a day outside. The overall pattern this year a colder, snowier, and more active season than we've seen in recent memory. Winter lovers, rejoice! From Seattle's first flakes to New England's deep drifts, the entire northern stretch of the country is in for a season to remember. Cities big and small will be transformed by winter's touch. So, dust off those mittens and boots and get ready to bundle up. Whether you're a winter sports enthusiast, or just love the cozy vibes, this season has something for everyone. The North is in the bullseye for a real winter wonderland, one that promises both challenges and unforgettable moments. So get ready to embrace it, because this winter, the magic is on its way. Winter sports fans, this is your year. La Niña's storm track means the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies, places like Mount Baker and Jackson Hole, are set for deep, powdery snow. Frequent storms will build a solid snowpack, making ski resorts very happy. Cold air means light, fluffy powder, perfect for skiing and snowboarding. The upper Midwest and New England will also see above-average snowfall, with cold temps helping snow stick around. Expect a longer, more consistent ski season across the North. Whether you're a pro or a beginner, conditions are lining up for one of the best seasons in years. Wax those skis. The mountains are calling. This La Niña winter promises epic conditions on the slopes. Now, let's head south, where the winter season takes on a whole new character, far different from the snow and ice up north. Here, the landscape is transformed not by frost, but by sunshine and warmth, and the rhythm of daily life shifts to match the milder weather. In the southern states, winter tells a different story. Instead of bundling up against the cold, people are often seen enjoying the outdoors, taking walks under blue skies, or relaxing on patios with friends and family. From the sun-drenched beaches of Southern California to the palm-lined streets of Florida and the vibrant cities of the Carolinas, La Niña brings a pattern of warmer, drier weather that shapes everything from daily routines to local economies. The jet stream, which usually brings storms and cooler air, stays well to the north. This leaves the southern states under persistent high pressure, resulting in more sunshine, fewer clouds, and a noticeable lack of winter storms. Residents can expect above-average temperatures, with many days feeling more like spring than winter. But with the warmth comes a downside. Rainfall is scarce, and the ground quickly dries out. This is especially concerning for drought-prone areas, like Arizona, where water is already a precious resource, and every dry spell can have lasting effects. New Mexico and Texas face similar challenges. Ranchers and farmers watch the skies, hoping for rain that often doesn't come, while fields and pastures struggle to stay green. With less rain and a reduced snowpack in the mountains, water shortages can quickly become a reality. Reservoirs drop, irrigation canals run low, and both agriculture and city water supplies feel the strain. The dry conditions also mean a higher risk of wildfires. As vegetation dries out, even a small spark can lead to fast-moving fires that threaten homes, wildlife, and entire communities. Of course, the mild weather is a welcome change for many, making it perfect for hiking, picnics, and outdoor gatherings. But it's important to remember that these pleasant days come with hidden risks. And that's why southern states are encouraged to focus on water conservation, turning off taps, fixing leaks, and using water wisely. Fire safety is also crucial, with communities urged to clear brush and stay alert for fire warnings. It's a classic La Niña split. While the north braces for winter storms and snow, the south basks in sunshine and warmth, but must also prepare for the challenges that come with it. So, enjoy the comfortable temperatures and sunny days, but stay informed and ready to act if conditions change. Keep an eye on weather alerts and local advisories. Even the most pleasant weather can have a cost, especially when it comes to the health of our land and water resources. That's the southern forecast this winter: warm, dry, and beautiful, but with important challenges to keep in mind as the season unfolds. Let's talk snow. Who's shoveling and who's not? The northern states win the snowfall lottery. The Pacific Northwest, Northern Rockies, and Great Lakes are in for above-average snow. Lake-effect snow will hit cities like Erie and Syracuse hard. Even New England and the Ohio Valley could see more flakes than usual. Meanwhile, the southern half of the country, from California to the deep south, will see little to no snow. The storm track is just too far north for big southern snow events. The snowfall map is split: snowy north, dry south. That's your flake forecast for the season. Now, let's talk about the polar vortex, the wild card of winter. It's a mass of frigid air over the North Pole, usually kept in place by the jet stream. Sometimes the jet stream weakens, letting a chunk of that Arctic air plunge south. La Niña can slightly raise the odds of a polar vortex disruption, sending a blast of extreme cold into the US. These outbreaks bring record lows, dangerous wind chills, and major disruptions. Even in a mild winter, a polar vortex event can bring a week of deep freeze. It's not guaranteed, but it's always a possibility. Meteorologists watch for these signs all season. The polar vortex keeps winter unpredictable, so stay prepared. Not all La Niñas are equal. This year's is on the weak side. A weak La Niña means the classic north-south weather split is less extreme and more unpredictable. The north will still be colder and snowier, but with more mild spells mixed in. The south stays warmer and drier, but the occasional storm could sneak through. This weaker pattern lets other climate factors play a bigger role. The forecast is more nuanced, with extra wiggle room for surprises. So, expect the general trends, but be ready for some curveballs. With a weak La Niña, other climate players step in, like the Pacific blob. This patch of warm water off the west coast can reinforce drought by blocking storms, or sometimes fuel intense rain when storms break through. The blob can push the jet stream north, making the west coast forecast even trickier. Sometimes, it teams up with La Niña to worsen drought. Other times, it sparks heavy precipitation. Having both at once makes this winter especially hard to predict for the West. Our climate system is dynamic and interconnected. Expect surprises. We'll be watching the blob closely all season. So, what's the bottom line for your winter? The US will see a split. The North gets a real winter with more cold and snow, while the South enjoys a milder, drier season. Northern folks, prep for snow, tough travel, and higher heating bills. Southern residents, enjoy the sun, but watch for drought and wildfire risks. Remember, these are seasonal trends, not daily forecasts. There will be surprises. A weak La Niña and the Pacific blob add extra uncertainty, so stay tuned to local updates. Your local meteorologists will have the details you need. Be prepared, stay informed, and enjoy the season, whatever winter brings your way. That's the national outlook. Stay safe and have a great winter.